But the bad news is the ICHIKA soliloquy backstory did not get adapted. I'm disappointed about that because we're not seeing ICHIKA's full story yet. Yo, what's up, TFM Nation? It's me, the TFM Hunter here again. And so, John Smith has posted the leak, and I am obviously late about it because he posted this at 6:20 a.m. I was already asleep, and obviously, I was too tired. So, yeah. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. Anyway, let's jump right into this. So, they adapted all the way to chapter 4.3. Yep. Alright, so I was correct in saying that they are gonna adapt all the way. Yeah, 4.3. Yep. Okay, so they adapted all the way to 4.3 because the Kiryuin scene was in 4.2. So I was like, okay, surely they're gonna end it in 4.3 then. So yeah, they are gonna end it in 4.3. But the bad news is the ICHIKA soliloquy backstory did not get adapted. I'm disappointed about that because we're not seeing Ichika's full story yet. Alright? Thank God John Smith says 7 Seas because, yeah, he's now saying the 7 Seas Entertainment official translation. So, yeah, Ichika and Koji. Yep. Yep. Oh, okay. I see that. Jumping through scenes. Alright. 4.1 got skipped. Yep. So, okay. Ichika chapter was skipped. Chapter 1, prologue, soliloquy. Unfortunate. Alright, it is what it is. Because I feel like they're gonna implement the Ichika backstory in the episode. Since it's a spoiler, alright? This video is a spoiler. They're gonna implement that episode of Ichika's backstory to probably in the Ichika versus Suzune and Ibuki. I feel like they're gonna do it like that. We'll see. I don't know yet because so far they haven't adapted Volume 4 and Volume 2's soliloquy. Alright? That doesn't mean that they're never gonna adapt it. It just means that they're moving it just to avoid spoilers. Alright? I think what the anime is doing is so that people, the audiences, will still have some form of doubt towards Ichika if she is telling the truth. I'm a bit disappointed because I wanted to see the the backstory, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, so we have a lot of skip chapter parts here. So they didn't adapt. Where is it? Okay, they skipped. Okay. So they skipped 3.0, 3.1, which is just Ayanokouji, and now it's talking about Ichika again, about the GPS thing as well. Okay, not much. 3.1 is mostly monologue. But we'll see. Maybe they will adapt it. Maybe John Smith hasn't really, but yeah. Maybe they adapted some dialogues here and there because just like what happened in episode 12. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't adapt Ichika's story right now at the moment because I wanted to see it, or I wanted to see her backstory in the anime format, but I think we're not gonna get it yet, right? In this episode, obviously, because of the leaks. And I mean, seeing the scenes that they're adapting in the trailer alone, it already shows that they're gonna adapt to chapter 4. I was like, interesting. So are they like gonna skip? Yeah, so they're gonna skip a few because after chapter 4 is crazy, pacing wise. So I'm pretty certain that they're gonna skip a few parts of the chapter, and they did skip chapter 1 for now because we don't know yet. They might move scenes entirely, just like what they did in previous seasons as well as season 4. Season 4 already moved scenes that probably most of you don't know. Just like in the last episode, they moved the Yagami and Kushida talk first instead of making the Kushida and Ichika scene first. All right, in the light novel, it's the Kushida and Ichika first, and then Kushida Yagami flashback. All right, like how Kushida got to there at that point, And yeah, anyway, narrative wise, I think that's better. And also, they also cut dialogues here and there from the Yagami and Kushida part. But yeah, it's probably to avoid spoilers as well. But besides that, they also moved scenes from Volume 2. If you guys don't remember, Volume 2, right here, alright, they moved the Ichika Nanase Hosen talk to the end of the episode, which is episode 7. That's like one of my favorite episodes establishment as well, because of how good it was directed, even though some of the art consistencies are a bit inconsistent, but not as horrible as season 2 and 3, nor 1 actually. So yeah, anyway, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're moving scenes. It doesn't mean that it's gonna get cut out fully, unless you know for sure that chapter or part is not gonna be important. That's why I'm holding on to hope. I'm clinging on to hope that they're not gonna cut out the chapter 1, volume 2 soliloquy part. All right, they're not gonna remove that. They're probably gonna move that at the end of season 4 to make the hype for the next season. For chapter 1 of volume 4, the soliloquy of Ichika, I think they're gonna do it in another episode of another Ichika episode, which we all know by now is the Ichika versus Suzune Ibuki. So yeah, I think that's what they'll do. All right. Although I'm a bit disappointed that they're just gonna establish most of the parts here and make the first part of this episode interesting, but not fully. Like, they're not adapting it fully. Like, yeah, they're not showing Ichika's full story yet. Alright? So, I'm still holding on to hope that, yeah, this isn't the full adaptation of Ichika's story yet. Alright? Because they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna butcher that. Because you know how it is. You know Lurch. You know how Kinugasa Sensei obviously takes inspiration to the anime, and also it's like him revisiting his work in the anime format, and then it was like, oh, okay, I can take that callback on my new volume, my new novel. So yeah, like that's what he's doing, so he takes inspirations at times in the anime. So yeah, anyway, I feel like that does it about it for this one. I mean, there's not much to talk about. This episode is just another form of establishment. Unfortunate that Ichika's, part got cut or skipped for now, because we don't know yet. Yeah. We didn't get Ichika or Yagami's, only Nanase. So yeah. We all know that, the prologue of Volume 2 is Yagami. Alright, so, yeah. Anyway, that does it about it for this one, though. Really still excited because, yeah, I knew that they will end it here because, yeah, it's so obvious. This is the last of the establishment, because we got a backstory establishment of Ichika, supposedly, like, adapted fully, but nope, they did not. So they have a vision of their own. Alright, I do hope that vision pays off. I'm hoping director Noriyuki Nomata and the scriptwriters know what they're doing with Ichika's story, because we all know that the production staff really loves Ichika. So I'm pretty sure they have a vision of their own and they're gonna do it really well. Alright, so yeah, anyway, this is the last one. Alright, this is the last one that I feel like is gonna be, the last establishment calm before the storm thingamajig. Alright, because the next week's episode will be Kowenji's episode, and then we get to see Hiyori, my best girl, and then we'll see more. Anyway, that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all are still excited for this one, because I'm really excited for this part. I want to see how they're gonna adapt it. Will it just be talks? No vision? Like, no backstory of Ichika telling Ayanokouji things about the White Room? and then no new scenes of the White Room, just to deceive the audiences like us that she might not be the White Room student. She's just playing around. She probably has more information than Nanase. Maybe that's the vision the staff wanted, the director wanted. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes, because I'm really still excited about this episode, even though it's just another establishment episode. Unlike in the previous episode, it's a payoff episode for Volume 3. But episode 14 onwards will be the full payoff of Volume 2 and 3. And then some in, Volume 4. So, yeah. Because this is another form of establishment. So, yeah. I forgot to mention this. Episode ends on Koji calling Arisu walkie-talkie. So, if you paid close attention to the previous episodes, episode 11, we did get to see the walkie-talkie. Boom. So, you can see there. Alright, Arisu, Sakayanagi has the walkie-talkie. So if you pay close attention, just like in season 1, they have it. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be seeing you guys on the next episode, and I don't know if I can upload the mangaka situation yet, because I'm tired as fuck, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'll see you guys then. Peace out.